should have seen that one coming.
OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. LGD's turn to ban. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
At least, again, there's still plenty more action going on tonight on the main stream, but the final game that we should be covering on this stream here, we got OG versus LGD-Gaming in this best of one in the round robin stage. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Z-Rock here once again. Really excited to be here. Personally, I really have never, I honestly was thinking about, I don't think I've actually gotten a chance to test OG before, so that's a plus for me and a biased personal side at least. So
I actually don't know if I've done one of their games either. I'm super excited for this game though, because LGD, a team that I thought was probably the most likely one to get out of the China qualifiers, and they did just barely squeak through. And OG has had a lot of question marks around them. They've kind of underperformed this patch, and definitely curious to see what they're going to bring. So I think this will be a very good matchup, just to kind of get a preview of what we may see at TI.
I'm not looking too much into this fan. Honestly, OG for me can go winless in the group stages, and I still have them as favorite for TI7. This is a team that's...
Favorite?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. They are my favorite 100% going into TI7. Oh. No questions asked. I mean, this is a team that's won both the majors throughout this year, and they've proven time and time again on the main stage, and when it really matters, they come to play. In the first game, they drafted Arc Warden. They did the same thing at the group stages of Kiev. Let's not forget that, and it failed horribly. I think they went like 0-3 with the hero, yet they won it in the end. They didn't really run Arc Warden after that, but I feel like that they like to kind of try these things in an event like this.
Yeah, and I think with the new balance patch we just saw, they're going to be testing some more things for sure. But it's an EG year, man. It's going to be their year. They're looking super sharp. It is an odd-numbered year, which means North America has to win.
Yeah. Well, not China has to win.
OG's
turn to better way to put it. So,
well, we'll have to see. We do see them get the Night Stalker, which was banned out in the first 2 or 3 games that we did cast, so that will be slipping through. This Faceless Void's been getting picked up a lot or banned. It's seen a lot of pick priority, and definitely curious to see how LGD is planning on using this.
In the chat scene, yeah, the one time it got picked up on their first match by was a newbie, I want to say. It got banned in the next match by against a Chinese team, and now here we are having it by the Chinese team in LGD-Gaming. So it seems like, especially in that region, this is a very relevant hero. And as we saw earlier, it was in that one position, a hero that definitely play across the board, offlane as well, and even suggested possibly a mid in the case of the first game. So
I will say, if this hero comes back into the meta, it's super good for EG's chances at TI, because Universe is like the most known Void player in the game. And if it can be ran as a carry but could be flexed to the offlane, that's another hero you pretty much have to first ban against anyone that can play it in the offlane.
Yeah.
But let's see what OG is going to do here. I'm really curious to see if we see an Alchemist this game. I think he got enough of the sweet spot with the buffs that he's going to at least see some play from OG.
LGD's turn
and
to
this is about the perfect testing grounds. These are better than scrims at the very least. These are games they are going to actually try in. There's some money on the line. So definitely excited to see what they want to test on the field of battle here.
Absolutely. So, of course, when this late came out 7.06E, I want to say, days ago even, that's what people were calling it. The OG winning patch of anything, because of Alchemist, as you just pointed out, getting that buff there. So, we'll see if Alchemist is picked up. I mean, I don't know. The hero literally got picked one time in all the region qualifiers. Like, the hero just went complete crap tier in the latest patch. Now, were these buffs really enough to all of a sudden be like, Okay, yeah, we could start picking. Now, again, for OG, because they have the history, I think that you are right that we could see from it, but I'm not expecting it to, just start taking off again by any means.
No, I agree. It'll be one of those things I could see them playing a game or two here, and then practicing with it, busting it out in group stage of TI. It does super well, and then teams maybe pick it up in the playoff stage. I don't expect it's going to go tier 1 overnight, but the agility buff is actually pretty major to him. It smooths out his attack animation a lot, and the biggest thing is it gives him some starting armor.
Yeah.
He had so little.
10 seconds remaining.
I just want to see it. Right now, their opening is fairly aggressive. We've got a Bat Rider and a Night Stalker, two very solid run-at-you heroes. The LGD's, on the other hand, extremely defensive in the early game. Torrent's a super good disengage tool. Chronosphere is just awesome to dump stuff into later.
Awesome.
It kind of fit OG.
Yeah.
I like Rasta in really fast-paced lineups. I think it's super good.
They ran a win from the first game. You could argue that to save somebody in a Chronosphere, if anything. But that seems maybe more of the defensive side, of course.
That hero is just so hard to use effectively right now. It used to be that W was just such good wave clear that you could just pick him and stall for days with, at the very least, the shards. But that got nerfed. And he got buffed this patch, but it's fun to watch. I just don't know if it'll really see play.
Park Warden is still an option, and honestly, I would be surprised again. They ran against EG earlier. We saw it in Kiev in group. This is OG.
I'm just really curious to see where they lane this. Some people theory crafted mid Visage at the pro level. Some people did play it as a carry. I would guess it's going to be R5. We've seen it flexed around a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
It's kind of setting up for a weird Drow draft. The potential is definitely there. You've got your front line in the Night Stalker. You've got two decent ranged heroes that can kind of bully their lane.
We've seen this combo a little bit, I feel like. AA is kind of taken off in the China scene, and I don't know what is it, a secret, I believe, is a little bit. I know Alliance is running their qualifier run there. We're seeing some teams kind of pay more attention to AA as a support that you don't necessarily need only counter heals, right? Like you look at this Radiant or OG side even, they don't have really any heals, but AA still is bringing to the table with this not the passive, the chilling touch, as well as even the ice attacks. And just a super obvious combination with the Kunkka and the Faceless Voids. Just more stuff to dump into a Chronosphere, or to just set up for an X person to get exploded when they get pulled back. So yeah, I mean, there's two phases there. Does he win the lane because of chilling touch, and then how much effectiveness does the ult kind of give you?
5 seconds.
I think it looks good here. They've got the framework to make it a solid AA game. Look to see them pick up another ranged hero though that'll actually pair well with the chilling touch to make the lane a little better, I would guess, unless it's going to be offlane Void.
That's still, and that's why an earlier on Faceless Void pick is good, because again, he does bring that presence of he can still transition in the offlane, even if that wasn't the plan from the beginning. They feel that's necessary. So, Ember Spirit in 4 position for OG, so it's going to be an Ember Spirit, so no Alchemist, unfortunately, or Arc Warden for that matter. I would have liked to see Arc Warden as well for ourselves, even, but get Ember Spirit instead.
No Tail played it for them before.
Oh, that's actually true. You know what? He played in that game. Now that you mentioned that, he was actually the one playing it earlier. So I guess they still could run the Acorn.
To be fair, not the best heroes to eventually give Ags to. Visage gives him an extra bird. That's cool. Your Night Stalker should have an Ags by the time you're getting it for him. And Bat Rider's Ags is just more trolly than good. It's fun, but just better stuff to go on him. Yeah. LGD is super all in on ults though. You've got Ravage, Ice Blast, Chronosphere, Ghost Ship, and without them, the team looks really lackluster. So they're going to have to set the pace of this game, be the ones choosing when they're taking fight, and OG's going to have to just be trying to play around those cooldowns. Someone will die when LGD presses their buttons. You just want to make sure it's the least amount of heroes that can, and that you try to get something off the other side of the map.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a hero that's like good counter initiation because of all that team fight, but they banned a lot of that. You see the Lancer first banned by Earthshaker and Speaking were banned at the beginning. So it's like, what options are left? And he really needs a one position hero. Even you could argue they could do a one position Ember Spirit with a moon set here as well, but
I want to see him pick something that can split. I think you just avoid LGD. You pull them to other sides of the map. Ember's very good at shoving out lanes and keeping pressure up. Bat Rider can do that as well. I just want to see them run around the map like crazy.
Naga Siren, that's one.
Please, no.
Please, Naga Siren. The viewers want it.
I would rather carry Nature's Prophet or something over a
LGD's
Naga
turn to
Siren.
pick.
God, what is this chat? I saw somebody say that OG doesn't have a top 5 player at any position. What are you smoking, bro?
This is why you just don't read chat.
10 seconds remaining.
At the very least,
majors.
I would argue Jerax is probably one of the best players in the game right now.
Oh yeah,
OG's
Fly.
turn to pick.
That is the board. I think
Yeah.
he deserves respect there.
Ana's getting over his nerves. He's put up some good showings at lands. You know, his very first land showing is a little rough, but you can't take somebody that's won this many tournaments and say they have no top 5s. All right, so we have a mid Mirana,
10
I would
seconds
assume,
remaining.
out of LGD. That's going to be interesting because we've seen 2 different Mirana builds lately.
5 seconds.
Some people still going the old school Ags. That's a Meepo.
Is it a good Meepo though?
We're done talking. This is a
This is a Meepo game, honestly. It's gonna be a no-tell Meepo, and I know he has history, man, but
See Meepo pick Meepo, man. Oh, this is gonna be great. So for LGD though, they have a lot of AoE for the Meepo. That does good to start, but who closes out on the Meepo? Like, No-Tail's probably good enough at this to keep most of his Meepos away. And if you're committing a chrono every time to kill the Meepo and Ana's splitting you somewhere across the map, I actually love this. If No-Tail gets fairly early boots of travel, he could overextend LGD and just make them move too much.
huh?
I don't think he has to have a
10
huge blowout game.
seconds remaining.
I really don't.
Yeah.
He's just got to farm everywhere and
5
just try to
seconds
jerk
remaining.
LGD to 3 lanes at once.
Yeah. It's the team fight is, and that's gonna be the tool here for LG in this game. They need to land these big team fights is the biggest thing. You know, catch at least one of the meepos, if not both, in the Chronosphere. Follow up, obviously, with what they have here, the ALT and etc.
Yeah.
A lot of farm to do
one
now.
just catching one is dangerous. Then he just poofs the other 4 on you. You take a ton of damage.
True.
But it'll be interesting. I'm super excited to see how he plays this out.
Prepare for battle.
The spam begins. All right, here we go, guys. So we're going to introduce the sides now. On the Radiant side, of course, we have OG, Fly on the Visage, Anna playing the Ember Spirit, Jerax on the Night Stalker, S4 playing the Pet Rider, and, of course, No-Tail on the signature hero Meepo. Always fun.
And over on LGD's side, we got Yao on Ancient Apparition, Victoria on Kunkka, Sumnus on Mirana, Amy on Void, and Old 11, now just 11 on Tidehunter.
That's right. I heard people mentioning that Old 11, and I thought about that too, but yeah, he tagged himself up just 11 right here.
I think it was right after DK disbanded a couple years
Okay.
back. The Old Chicken, Old 11, all of them changed their name to Old.
Gotcha. Oh, S4.
30 seconds.
Torrent, that's gonna maybe not really connect. He's good. Even if that connect, well, I mean, they have cold feet, but I don't think they were gonna be able to hit that and go off, so. Is 11 really hidden here? I don't think they know it's here. He's cold. It's gonna be pointing. And we'll see what they're able to do against that. But Visage in the hands of Fly. Why? So why Visage here? Well, what does Visage bring to the table as the support option? I mean,
His push power is similar to the way Arasta does. Honestly, not much more than that. I'm struggling to find a reason to pick this over the Shadow Shaman, other than the fact that the birds are more mobile than words. They can farm a lane, they can provide a little more pressure.
look at Tidehunter cracking already leveled up, of course, with armor protection, so they're definitely not killing him. It's just a matter of how much can they harass it right here as he's pulling the brief wave.
Yeah, and a 46 base damage Meepo is going to struggle to farm under tower. No hatchet.
And he blocks both camps. He stood in one, he had the ward in the other.
What a monster.
11 doing work. That's big. That's gonna really hurt OG early on.
S4 in a bit of trouble here.
Oh yeah, top lane S4. Torrent connects and be fine though, given the distance. Back to the bottom lane. 11 all the way to the tier 2 tower, and they're still chasing. They're pissed off, man. They do not want to get away free here.
There's very little risk for OG to be here right now, and if they can deny a few of these out from Tidehunter, it stops him from getting close to level 2. They just want to give him some contest on his farm and deny these out so No-Tail can get the actual creeps.
Going starting deep though, but the top lane. M2's out, ladies and gentlemen. Apologize there. S4 goes down though. We saw the pressure earlier. It did feel like it was just a matter of time.
Yeah, it's all this forward cut down. It's showing so much of where S4 is trying to juke for Torrents. And they connected with a Torrent into Cold Feet there. Once he froze, he was just dead.
So Marauder versus Ember Spirit. They didn't last pick that. Obviously, we're still caught up with me though. But how does Marauder fare this game? You know, how in the matchup especially, you think?
I mean, entirely depends on the build she goes. I don't want to see the Ags build. I don't think it's probably that great this game. I'd like to see the Aquila Maelstrom, like, farming carry style Marauder. It does a lot of damage now with talent changes. But it's a little rough, honestly, into Ember. If Ember gets a little bit of a lead on her, he can just run at her with Flame Guard. There's not an easy way to strip it off. Yeah, we'll have to see.
S4 they're just gonna continue to pass the hell out of him, man. He was living life on thin ice right there, as it barely died to the AA auto attacking him. But he did the math. He popped the sal, but he's still not in the best of spots right here. And in fact, he's kind of juked though. Well positioned right there by S4. He just runs right out through the trees, and they do not see him. So, hello, Torrent. It's gonna connect, and now he's in trouble. Cold Feet goes up. He's dead. Yeah,
this is rough for him. He can't even stay in this lane. Before Kunky even has X, he's spiking every Torrent.
Bottom lane, Tidehunter. Cracking shells. Are they really killing him here? I don't know. Poof on in from No-Tail. Has the second Meepo with him. And they're going to trap him. Another Void. This should be a kill, actually.
Yep.
The last hit.
No-Tail,
he's trying to set that up for No-Tail, if anything, but yeah. Not the case. Still, get the kill. That's what matters. Finally take out this pesky Tidehunter.
That's a hard kill to bring down. They're going to be very happy to take the Tidehunter away from the lane for a little while.
So Murano, double Wraith Band build and creep farm early on. 20-6, 20-4 though for Ember Spirit. Yeah, but just fine himself. Oh, S4, it's not he's in trouble again. X marks the spot. The Torrent. Cold Feet is up. That's going to stay in place. Now they didn't stagger the vest though, so he's actually going to look through this.
And he gets his creeps.
Yeah, that was pretty solid in the end.
And they're out of XP range for Kunkka. Did it. Alright, so at least he got something there, but man, it's a hard life for him. He's gonna get
no.
here too.
Oh! It's like he knows!
Oh man.
Oh no, he's not out of here just yet. Oh, the boots on the Kunkka. Running him down. One more auto attack should do it. He's dead. Nope, maybe not. Why do I say he's dead when he's not dead? He's definitely not dead. X marks the spot. It's gonna pull him back. One more needed! He got enough regen! Oh no. The dukes are on the trees! Get it! Victoria! He's got.
It's taking so much of S4's time to do that, and all they're committing is their force support.
Middle lane, speaking of force support, Jarrett's coming in. Rana, she does not have leap up. She's going to do some bottle charges, and it will be enough, and Night Stalker should be fine too, but. Ooh, close calls, man.
Yeah, this game's full of action already.
How's No-Tail doing? Oh, that's what really matters.
He's holding up. He's near the top of CS charts and getting to the point where Tide's going to struggle to stay in lane. Kraken Shell not very good against a whole bunch of poofs, and when you couple it with Void, very easy to stick on him. They're looking to set up in the mid lane though. LGD is smoked up.
Is there an arrow? No, Brana's porting in. Maybe a Torrent. There's the X, the Torrent. Is going to get maybe an arrow off. Slide a fist. He actually avoids the Torrent and the arrow. The Cold Feet also doesn't go off, but the Starstorm is going to do him in the end. I mean, he did everything he could to survive right there, but just not enough. Meanwhile, back to the bottom lane, Tidehunter. Go for the TB. Do they have a stopper? It doesn't look like it. And despite all that burst coming out, he does survive.
Without Night Stalker down here, the kill potential is almost 0. OG needs to be stacking more though. Jarex is trying so hard to get this mid lane swinging in on his favor, but hasn't been able to connect with anything yet, and it's kind of leaving No-Tail without the huge jungle department, right? Yeah.
And it's trouble again. Cold Feet's up. That's gonna slide a feast away from it though, so again, disjoints it here. Now he's going in for the kill, but this is so ambitious on his part. The Cold Feet up once again. He goes over the far end, secures a kill, and he takes out the Cold Feet as a result of it as well. Now Victoria torn on himself. Jarek's defeating. It is nighttime, obviously, so running a little bit faster. And he'll survive too. No-Tail, look at this. The real Meepo's in. Nets on him, Poof's on with the other. The Poof did not connect to the damage, though. Does have an arcane rune, however. Another net coming out. The Torrent's going to stop at least one of the meepos, and it will be enough to keep them alive. Mirana, close call there.
Wow, this is just so action-packed.
That's where we're dead again.
Yeah,
what else is
Chronosphere.
Was it?
That
Okay.
cost an ultimate. Yep.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What is
Yeah, 3 deaths, 4 deaths even for that Bat Rider. Ooh, 4 to 5 deaths on him so far this game. Again, not from the game you talked about earlier. I mean, he really can't be at the top lane, and he's trying, man. He's trying to be up there. Only has boots and a wind lace currently on. I'm trying to finish the Tranquils. He's got a stacked camp here. At least that's something. As long as he doesn't get roamed on.
Lisa? That was pretty deep.
Yeah. So Mirana does have the execute up here, and I have seen a couple Mirana games recently, again, going back to Rhythm Qualifier, being that big event recently, where they didn't get Ags at all. They kind of just skipped it even.
Yep. I agree. For the most part, people just didn't go Ags. They went like Maelstrom, Manta, just a lot of pushing and right click. Especially with that leap talent at 25. The 100 leap attack speed makes you attack so fast.
Yeah. Faceless Void going that Mask and Madness build too. Takes the top tower, the time walk to take off damage. Time dilation will also stop the sticky napalm spam from S4. Now S4 running into a bit of a trap. Gold feet not going to go off though. Keeps his distance. Bottom lane, no tail. He avoids the torrent. He'll walk away. He's building up that Dragonlance, just about finished. So get an idea of what no tail and Meepo is going to be going for here. So he's level 7 in about 8.5 minutes.
I'm curious to see what the Void follows this Mask of Madness up with. To me, Bloodthorn is super valuable in this game. It can lock down one Meepo, it provides a bunch of damage amplification to actually help you bring one down. And all in all, just a pretty solid item against Ember Spirit and the Meepo there. So if they're feeling good, that's why I'd like to see him go fairly early on in this game, just so he has a single target burst to finish one of those Meepos off.
Yeah. Ooh, flies. Tidehunter is keeping it busy. Tidehunter level 6. He's holding on to that, by the way. Well, the Ravage, perhaps. Ravage is somewhat costly on the mana side of things, level 50.
And ancient second. You're from
Night Stalker. He's hiding up here. Currently daytime, 2.5 minutes until that nighttime. We have Chronosphere ready to go. Faceless Void. The Mask of Man is still finished. And we saw it in the earlier game as well. So, become a new trend here. Or recycling even. Although Ember Spirit's by himself up here at the top. Oh, not by himself. It's nice up here too. They're going to dive onto the Ancient Apparition. Here come the TPs. No, they might kill it, but it could come at a cost. Not careful. Could the Chronosphere being used right here? Torn on top. That's a dead Spirit. Maybe no one avoids at the last second with the Remnant, but Somnus on the chase. A couple of auto attacks coming out from her. The Star Star and the Flame Guard saves a little bit of damage, but not enough in the end, and he does end up falling. That's Night Stalker TP's out.
I can't believe he got to that Remnant in the first place. That was so close, but they do manage to bring him down. It is fairly committal. Cost a number of heroes. It's just, can No-Tail make up for the dying on his team, you know? He's getting all this room to farm, he's getting all this space. He's just got to turn it into something.
So the Chronosphere didn't initially get the kill, but a couple of Chronospheres that neck eventually got it. S4. Well, he avoids the arrow. Definitely dodging skills on his part to continue, but not so much. Just not the greatest coordination, but he goes down again. Yeah, make it death number 5. Again, it's not a friendly game for him.
Kind of the reason Bat Rider fell out of favor. You can't farm jungle uncontested anymore. The 4s are so on you and ready to just stick to you when you try to go farm. And so if you can't just fall back and recover to a blink like that, he doesn't do anything. Lasso isn't that big of an impact until you get blinks, so he's just really struggling to find your ult. He is manning up mid.
Yeah, I was just noticing that too. Hey, ult is coming in. Oh no. If that connects, yeah, that's a dead Ember Spirit. That was... The balls on Anna was big right there, but he regrets it immediately.
Well, and he had the kill, too, if he wanted it. He could have triple remnant it on bottom and just blown her up. But then he wouldn't have had an escape. He thought he was going to be able to get out of that.
Not so much. He goes down. Now I'm going to wait another 10 seconds before he gets back up. You have no... Meanwhile, he's going to have the top lane to set up a kill to Kunkka. Jarex gets pulled back by the Xbox spot, though, and Corio will just keep on running. Has those arcane boots, a nice sustaining his mana there. Meeple's not doing bad by any means. 4,600 net worth. Would you say he's having a successful game so far? Like, is this where they want him, or would they like him to be a little better off here?
Yeah. Very anything on being. I don't expect one.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Sorry.
This is level 6 now, so of course those fingers online, and he's sending them over here at the bottom lane, but he's trying to run away as well himself. And there's that slow coming out with the Ice Vortex, the current lane. Visit is taken out as a result. Mirana finishing the job. Nice catch there, and this should be a bottom tier 1 tower push now. Top of that. Riptide's ready. Did that come to play right here? Meeple's even clashing again. Here comes some TPs, expecting a Chronosphere goes off though. Expect a Riptide right after. Hey, he'll on top. Here comes. Yeah, the Riptide goes off. And Meeple will fall. Keeping his distance. Looking to go back in. He's able to avoid the stun. However, Faceless Void is running on top and he remnants out to survive. But with Meeple dead, do you really want to be taking this if you're OG?
Yeah, probably not. And I don't know what a Riptide is, but that Ravage absolutely killed Meepo.
Was I saying Riptide? I definitely was, wasn't I?
5 times. S4 dies to the Dire somehow.
Oh no, Kunkka is also getting blown up. Anna goes back in and down goes Kunkka. Faceless Void. Ulti from Mirana kicking in a little bit right there. He's able to chase down Visage. Cannot get Dash proc though on Ember Spirit. So he TP's out in time, but now Nightstock. Oh, Ember Spirit coming back in actually with Remnant. So he's reset, looking to go. No, Johnson comes with the poofs, takes out AA with him. But now Nota on the run again. The stars come up and finish the job onto him. And 11 is sitting in the midst of this, just popped that anchor smash. And the tanky presence that he is. We've got the mid wars, baby, coming at you. Anna's in trouble. He is going to spend the last back on Mirana. Victoria's running back in though himself. Now more TPs in. The ghost ship coming through. Not enough run though to save Mirana in that case. And Faceless Void.
That was absolutely a defensive ghost ship, and it almost worked. But
Never refuse. Sustain good rebuild.
Yeah, that was some chaos there in the middle. The 13-6 LGD lead now on top of that. The fact that No-Tail, died a couple of times in that fight. Pretty costly because it goes back to just mentioned right there. The network's going to drop in. We were kind of talking about the beginning of the game. Sure, it's going okay, but is okay going to be enough for OG to come out on top of this game? You got him and the Ember both below the Mirana and the Faceless Void at this point. Ember Spirit's going to be going a Radiance meanwhile. Is that the best choice here?
It's a matter of Maelstrom. He's got to be able to shove lanes. They're still on the same page as I am about what their game plan is. They just got baited into a really long mid fight. They want to be splitting the lanes, they want to be farming everything, and making it so LGD can't stack as 5 and then get 3 or 4 kills.
Yeah.
So that's the build he needs to go to actually get the split pressure. If he struggles to get to the Relic, I would look to see it switch to a Maelstrom pretty quick. At the moment, I think it's fine to go with the ambitious Radiance.
Riptide, aka Ravage, is ready again. Chronosphere also ready on top of that. They're going to pick off A, though, in the midst of this. There goes a Chronosphere. Only caught S4, though. And he's not really... Okay, he's dropping pretty quickly in the end. There comes the Ravage, and they do catch it as a result. Down he goes as well. They were able to pick off Faceless Void, at least in return, but now Fly's also trying to run away. As Mirana of the Moonlight Shadows kicks in once, and Vintage is going to be pulled back Torn to help finish the job onto him. double coming out for the Mirana. So losing face of Spoidle, not the worst stage right there. No Till again, have to be a little bit careful about committing to these fights. Jerax is going to get picked off as well as the Ghost Ship, or in this case, the Ghost Shark comes through and take him out. These team fights, I mean, as expected, are going in LGD's favor, right? Like, this is what the line was made to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is starting to look like a huge problem for OG. You can lose everyone except Ana and No-Tail. That's okay, but you're losing one of those cores every time these engagements happen. And because of that, they're just getting their growth stunted so much. That whole time No-Tail was farming, but Ana died. You can't keep losing these people that are supposed to be your snowball and your pressure heroes. I will say, getting the kill on Void was a huge hero play from Jerax. Stood on the high ground that whole time when he was low HP, low mana. Managed to get a silence off on Void right before the jump. Without that, Void gets out, and that is even more of a disaster.
S4 has his blink at least. Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up earlier because of his struggle, especially 7 deaths now in this game. Does he... We've actually seen a bit of drums coming out from Pet Riders in general, and I was kind of wondering maybe they're the better choice in getting those stats, but he still goes straight into the blink.
No, this is what I want to see. You get drums if you're ahead, because you can pressure your lane, you can just walk in with Firefly. We got a smoke, though.
Trying to use that blink. Smoke on in. Conko, it's going to be the target. So cop with the steering chains, puts her up the ulti. Gets taken out though in response. Levin, no Ravage to be used. Just going to simply be that tanky presence once again. And the Roma's applied on top of that from the Ghost Ship, and now Tidehunter. He's having a run. And you don't want to commit too much, so they kill the Courier in the meantime. There's no items on it. Now Tidehunter doing his bristleback impression right here. See this back turn. Mirana. Arrow hit the familiar, I believe, so nice taking up the fly, I guess. But again, Tidehunter, you really can't commit too much to kill this hero, so they're just going to back it off.
Yeah, you're totally fine walking away from him. No-Tail's farming, you won a team fight. That's a huge boon for you if you're OG. And honestly, just came on the back of a very quick initiation. That was nice. AA Blast hit 4, but without LGD being set up or having Ravage to reset, it definitely looked okay there for OG. And that's going to be the rest of these fights. If they can sneak fights in around the Chronosphere and Ravage cooldown, we could see more fights like that, where they get a quick initiation and they take the lead early on. Yeah, but man, if Ravage was up there, totally different fight.
Well, it is up now, so again, it goes back. If you're OG, be careful of the fights that you look to pick right here. In fact, Smoke Ink, ooh, I want to say that might have been seen by this ward here of OG. Yeah, they actually scanned them out, so they know for sure. Nice Tucker's still, he's going to scout them, and he's going to go for the TP. Oh, beautiful play by Jerax. You know that was on purpose right there for sure.
Oh, that X was so close.
It was. I mean, that was a ballsy move as well, but they got the smoke and the TP out. So, well played. Gets out in time. Obviously, Mirana has the axe. He's actually working on a Yules as well.
Yeah, so he's probably going to go the full caster build. You go Yules, then Blink, and potentially E-Blade if he wants to finish it all out. Like, from there you go utilities. Lincolns or E-Blade or something along those lines.
Ana? What does Ana go this game? We saw the Radiance earlier, but he doesn't have that queued up anymore. So you talked about the Maelstrom as well. Just needs that kind of split push presence.
Yeah, it needs to be a pushing item, and then it probably needs to be... Your goal is just to not get caught and keep lane pressure up. So whatever items are going to help him do that this game. Lincoln's is normally an Ember pickup after he gets his first wave clear item, but it just looks really bad this game. It blocks almost nothing useful. The only thing it would save you from is X, which is pretty important, but yeah, I'm definitely curious. He took the Radiance off his quick.
Moonlight Shadows, Chronosphere opener with the AA Ice Blast equals a dead Ember Spirit. That was all Moonlight Shadows right there. I love seeing that from Chronos. Yeah, that would have been bad. That would have been bad. But it didn't. That's the thing.
But it didn't.
It didn't. But I love seeing Mirana ultis used like that, just aggressive. You know, getting ganks with it rather than always defensive to save teammates or whatever.
Absolutely. A very fortuitous DD and is going to turn into a quick rush on here for LGD.
What is Jerax at plan? Oh, the Ravage going off. Wow, that was a very defensive Ravage.
Can they even hold this tower against No-Tail? With no Ravage, no Chrono?
I don't think so. No, Ice Blast even on top of that. Oh, it's coming in. Yeah, no, just too late. So they save the tower at least, barely.
Yeah, they'll probably just deny it at this point. Yep. What? That means he's gonna go bottom and keep farming?
Has been denied.
He's gonna Hunter in the night away.
Dire's
Fun
bottom
hero. That did get
tower
nerfed this last patch, but still a powerful tool. The mana cost, I believe, was increased. Not mistaken.
Cooldown too.
Or cooldown was decreased? Okay. Or increased, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, hero that needed nerfs, I think it's safe to say.
All of his mana costs went up because he got an int nerf. He got Bummer.
Okay. Books, Faceless Void, locked down somewhat. The last of the top off the job. The rum comes out though. He actually time locked his about 10 dilation pop there. Play defensive with this. No Chronosphere just yet.
Yeah, they committed everything on an Aegis Void there. That was weird.
Dire's bottom tower.
And they
has
don't even
fallen.
get it. And again, there's ulti cooldowns that are now coming up here for LGD, so it does buy more space and time for Meepo. That's definitely a positive.
So he has his Hex done on Meepo. We saw him get out with that earlier. He has a Shadow Blade queued up.
Prize is mine.
I mean, I'm guessing he's just assuming if they jump on me, I'm dead. So I want to be the one to jump on them, which is why this Hex is there, so we can just snap Hex the Void and stop a Chrono. If he goes to Shadow Blade too, this is going to be hilarious. This will be the most aggressive Meepo build I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's a unique item on the hero.
By the way, he caught up. He's top of net worth now.
I mean, it's Meepo, yeah. You'd almost be, you know, not looking good for OG if that wasn't the case, right? Like, that you need that to be happening for a good chance here.
Now, for anyone who's watched a lot of,
Yeah, Moonlight Shadows. He's gonna cut through the one Meepo. Oh no, Ice Blast comes out. That's a dead Meepo for sure. They cannot save it. Moonlight Shadows again.
it's just too expensive. Late in the game, you have Night Stalker eggs and gems that'll really help curb some of that aggression, but OG's still in the development phase. They need to get another item or two. But Anna's still pushing the base already.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, it's tier 3 tower taking some good damage, so they're going to take the tier 2 bottom. They do have ultis ready to go. Hype, of course, has been on the tide. He also has that blink now. Anna thrown up by the Yules of Mirana. The arrow on top of that. Do they have enough lockdown following, though? Doesn't seem like it.
When they extra back to bottom, she
That's
can't
what
even come
happened,
back.
I was wondering, yeah, that was like, wait, glimpse? What? But
Yeah.
they actually
they extra hoping she could just push him off. And it did. He totally backed up. But he is committed to the Radiance now. Recipe is purchased about 1,000 gold away from that relic.
Okay, so has that just around the corner, and that with the evasion kicking in, that'll be nice. Nice to have here. Faceless Void, though, he's going to lead the way, pushing the middle tier 2 tower now, and you also have the BKB queued up.
Notel's going straight for this tier 3. He wants to make it so if they threaten Rax, he's doing the same.
School, give it.
Yeah, he's got one meeple down bottom, the rest are up top. Visage giving him information as well. Visage, by the way, is working on a pipe himself to go with drones that he picked up.
Oh man. If Notel gets this pick on Void with the way he's positioned, I'm gonna laugh. He's Shadow Amuleted, not Shadow Bladed.
Missed chance, sorry. Yeah, he's having to stand here right here. And they're not going to find him, of course, so taking advantage of the item.
This is just bizarre. I mean, I guess he doesn't really need the main Meepo to farm. It doesn't change his farm that much. So maybe he's just trying to keep this in position so if his lane gets pushed, he can cut one wave real quick and just port all the other Meepos away.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That's how OG's going to win this game, though.
Weird.
It's you got him, Ember Spirit, you got Visage, even really didn't even mention a lot, but that's another hero that could definitely do that more and more throughout the game. So from that perspective, it makes sense. Again, they don't want a team fight also. This is a very deadly team fight side here on LGD. In fact, Titan reports bottom. Ooh, you know, it's like, do I try something here, but without more coming. In fact, they came into the Shrine area. They're going to catch Fly. X marks the spot, going to bring him right back. Gush Fly. And they do catch Visage at least.
Very dead bird hero. This is just, it's a weird game, right? Because LGD's win conditions are very blatant. You press R on a bunch of heroes. Ooh, Void's gonna find No-Tail here.
Yeah, finds the one Meepo, Ice Blast on top. And just like before, we've seen that time and time again here against No-Tail on that Meepo. Yulceptor throws Bat Rudder in the air, brings him on back with the X. And he's just trying to fly on the ledge right there, survive. It's not going to work, though. Duncan himself, the rope coming out, not in time. Does go down, but they get the kill on it. And that is 4 heroes dead just like that. And it may be a fit for the complete genocide right here in favor of LGD. It is a hat-trick coming out for Marana. 26 minutes into the game, everyone dead on the side of OG.
Yeah, and thus the game starts to look insanely bleak. When you're getting shut down this hard, whenever you try to make a move, the splitting idea doesn't work very well. They've gotten to the point now where it only takes Chronosphere plus AAL to kill off Meepo or Ana. And once you hit that point, you know you're good to go. Because then you don't need Ravage and Chrono to fight. You know, one or the other is fine. And that's actually the exact point OG couldn't get to. Once Snowtail's dying to just one of those ults, the game gets really hard.
Nearly 10,000 net worth lead for LGD, 10,000 experience lead right now in their favor. Marana, what does she have coming up? A Lincoln. So yeah, this is definitely not a right-click battle build, Marana. This is more of the, you know, ganking presence. Kill you quickly, I guess you could say. However you want to put it, but
joke that I heard this called it. Budget Quap was what everyone was calling it.
Budget Quap, okay.
Usually they'd buy a Blink Dagger, Blinkin, Starstorm, and
Oh, Ravage bottom lane, and if he dies again right here, he's going to. That's what you're just talking about. They used a Chronosphere earlier. He's back up. They're like, all right, we have another big ulti. Let's use Ravage. And he's there for a minute with no buyback.
I mean, they hit the break point. That's it for LGD. They've gotten to the point they don't need all their ults to win a fight. And OG doesn't have options now. And honestly, a lot of this comes back to just S4 dying that much. The Void got so much out of his lane, got farmed way too quickly to deal with.
He still has a 10-second BKB ready to go as well. And yeah, the Chronosphere back up. So is he going to use right here? I feel like he can just go onto Ana.
Ana has a safety remnant though, so if he time walks into the Chrono, Ana could just run away and get the Chrono.
Yeah, no point.
That's a
not so much for Bat Rider. That's an easier target. Almost escaped, but not far enough. He goes down. And Faceless just keeping his distance. Going for the tier 3. Getting the objective. Ana going to do as much as he can to try to keep them off, but that's not going to work. Tier 3 goes down, and LGD will play the very safe game as they run away together.
Yeah, you lost no one and cracked the base. Now you got Shrines, you got Roche soon. The world opens up once you take a tier 3.
So, why is Meepo going this, the Silver Edge? Like, what's the high priority here with Silver Edge? The break.
He realizes he has to be the one to initiate. If he's not going on Void, the team fight's already over. They're just dead. It also lets him put one of his Meepos into a weird position, like he was kind of trying to do top lane. I think their end game goal is, now that the Radiance is up on Ember, if he splits a lane into kind of the danger zone, Notel can just Shadow Blade up to that wave, poof everybody in, and then try to take a tier 3.
Oh no, Nightstalker sitting here. Uh-oh. You gonna pass or anything? No. Good job by Jarex reacting there, and
no, they killed Roche.
Yeah,
it was an almost instant respawn.
Well, that's definitely a way to get back in this if you're OG. At least getting him the Aegis to stay alive. Well, resurrect even.
And against this lineup from LGD, if you don't sneak a Roche like that, you can't ever expect to have another one. Because if you get caught in the pit, everyone's dead. Like that LGD lineup is probably one of the best Roche lineups I've ever seen at fighting around the pit. So OG really needs to use this Aegis, because it's probably the only Aegis they're going to see this game.
So that Silver Edge, the purpose is here for Notel. He almost has it finished. Coming out. Ana, what is he going for next after the Radiance? It's going to be Yule's. She has enough, or just about there for it, but where Spyback is of concern too. Keep that in mind. On the other side, Faceless Void. An AC is coming along. More attack speed for him. Happening in the Lincolns has been finished on Marana as well. What does Tide even have? Tide went the Forest down, but now he has a Lotus Sword down there.
Tide is super tanky. And there is a big pickup here. Yao actually purchased a gem for the Marana. That's going to be huge in just shutting down what OG is able to see on the map. Then whenever anyone's not showing from LGD, Notail's going to be scared to split.
That stop here, the Axe is finished.
I love this smoke from LGD. It's so
Just gonna go
aggressive.
right in.
They have that ward in the base.
Oh, Matt force staff. He gets hit by the ice blast. He's gonna cut through. He doesn't even need it. He's a back up. He gets a cut on the left. We're going poops. But pops the BKB and no tell jumping into his death chronosphere as soon as he comes up. I'm sure. And or Ravage, yeah, that works too. It's the chronosphere. It also catches the from the back lines. They're gonna go for the rack. Now there's a buyback on what's happening. And the Moonlight Shadow's activated by Marana right there. Marana's going in. Hotel. He's looking for a target. They ping him out. Throws out some nets, but Marana putting the damage in. And Notai poops on it with the others. But Ame jumps back in on Faceless Boy. Marana's in the air with Gil Scepter. So Kunkka still alive. I'm kicking in. But they also kill Faceless Boy. Nice job with the fire revenue. The burst coming out. And No-Tail, but he actually gets picked off in the back lines. And is now trying to live as the only core right now for his team. Somnus, Marana will die in the midst of it. Honest staying alive this whole time. Gil Scepter thrown up in the air again. The slide of fist, and the AA goes down as well. And now it's just 11 all of a sudden. The raid boss is the one alive, and they're going to take him out a killing spree for Ember Spirit. The fact that he lived throughout all that, I mean, it was a dieback on Meepo, but
He wants to force buyback. He bought stop already. He didn't put a safety remnant back or anything. He's like, let's go. Buyback if you want me.
they're going to force it, at least out of Marana here, I would assume.
And
No
they did pass the
chronosphere.
cheese over. So he does have that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So you did not want to give up a free tier 3 here for LG. I mean, Kunkka has been one.
Yeah, Kunkka can probably hold it.
Yeah. Ace up at 15, and he will have an Ice Blast as well. So
You nuke the wave, honestly.
I don't think Dana's going to be able to push us enough. Not the best seed here. And that's showing right here. So, slide of fist, and he jets on out of there. So that will be the end of the attempt by Anna. So with that, especially not getting the tier 3, you know. Now, to be okay, they didn't get the melee axe. I thought they did for a second, but they did actually fall back before they did.
Yeah, they got pushed off of that, and Ember was not on buyback gold for all that, so he got a ton of gold there from all those kills. But No-Tail's item progression is done. I mean, he bought back, not even close to the silver edge now. And trying to play Meepo at 33 minutes without boots of travel feels awful. You can't relocate yourself very easily. You're very committed to the main Meepo. It just plays like a totally different hero. To be fair, No-Tail's always kind of favored this style, where he plays like a 4+1 kind of thing. Whereas, like, his secondary Meepos aren't heroes, they're just assets to his main one. Compared to, say, Abed, who plays at, like, literally 5 different heroes.
The whole micro strat, yeah.
Yeah, he's nuts.
It's impressive to watch it, but I have noticed that but I think that also kind of goes to the, again, they drafted the people, this lineup, to be fair, so it's not caught them off guard, but this is a very difficult team. Have Meepo be extra effective. It seems like all the AoE lockdowns they have.
If your Batrider wasn't broke, you get the jump on a lot of these fights. Like, they wanted to be blink lassoing people at 13, 14 minutes. And in reality, they were getting shoved in so hard. The Batrider still didn't have his blink till like 18:30. It was just that lane crumbling, lost their entire strategy. And they had to kind of fall back.
Well, it's an 8,000 network lead for LGD. Again, there's definitely still plenty of game left. This move is over, and he's there. The racks obviously healing on up. So, the fact that there's not even any racks destroyed for LGD is definitely a sign of that. What does he have now? He almost has the Lincolns finished for next year. The ultis are ready. Ravage as well as the Chronosphere.
Yeah, and the Link's race is super fun. All it does is let him split a little better against
Radiant
Kunkka.
structures are fortified.
Marana just leaps in there aggressively for the attack speed.
A lot of attacks.
He did the fortification using healing. You know, it's behind with the Meepos, trying to creep cut here. So smart on his part for sure.
Yeah, but you can't have mid-wave crashing in at the same time. Gets rid of the backdoor protection. It's so close.
Oh, S4 was looking for a target. He missed it, and now he's in trouble. X marks the spot. Gonna fall right back without a gush on top of him, and we're very likely gonna fall. Chronosphere held off. They get the melee racks, got what they came for. And OG, it pretty much has lost cost right there. So yeah, it's understandable that they chose not to really initiate there.
Yeah, No-Tail actually got a creep wave to this tier 2, so he is able to hit it. But gonna have to abort. Maybe they look for something on the backside here, but I just don't know what they can actually kill without all dying to these ults.
Oh boy, the chase is on. Gotta run him down here. Ice blasting for the TP. They dig him. And they are going to stop it.
X is really good at stopping TPs.
Yes, they have the gem as well. Do they see it? Yeah, they do. They pick it up, so Night Stalker is dead for another 40 seconds.
Still trying his best to chip away this tier 3.
Well, he almost has it actually, but Levin gets there in time to once again thwart him off. But the split push, Rat Dota is definitely the strategy, especially the whole game for OG. You can't forget about Visage too. Visage almost has his X. In fact, there you go. His X is finished. So now it's the third familiar coming out. And that's something that's a little 21 too.
Yeah, he's definitely farmed. Very, very farmed for a support in this game. But the birds don't do anything when you're this far behind. You can cut a couple creep waves with them. If a lane gets to barracks, you can put some pressure on buildings, but it's one of those things you really wanted to be break even or feeling like you had some control over the pace, and they definitely don't.
Oh, no hotel here. Finally, the silver edge is finished. So, how's that bullet work with now? Okay, somewhat of a unique build.
There's just that right with that. It just seems so much cleaner than this whole round.
Yeah, S4, it's definitely something we've seen before on OG.
Exactly.
But not this game. Playing the Bat Rider here. Stuck with what you got. So, Hotel, push out the bottom lane, and Roshan is up there. LGD will make their way over there. Definitely not going to be stopped in matter of getting the kill and getting out. AC is now finally finished on Faceless as well, so he's going to take the agents here.
Yeah, I would imagine so. And Bloodthorn too, I think. So that'll make life just miserable. In reality, I would say this game's looking pretty dumb and dusty for LGD, but we saw she take a game off IG earlier in a very similar game state.
That's true. That definitely is true. It was as a result of the throw, but again, in games that had those comebacks, and will play part of it. In fact, OG finding a couple of heroes by themselves. One of them is tied, to be fair, and that's not the easiest of kills we keep stressing. Like Shadow's activated, Meeple's going, and he wants a skill nonetheless, so he's going to kind of figure something out at least. Dropping a half-life, got the break effect up, so that does help, but again, the Moonlight Shadow's active, and they just have to retreat.
Awkward. Just so awkward. They got tied to half, nowhere close to actually finishing him.
Rune of double damage.
They're just going to make the way towards the top lane. They already got the bottom rack, so we're taking care of the melee at least. The pressure to the top lane. Meatball split push in the bottom as expected, but waiting for those ultis to come out. Time dilation popped. Ember Spirit has the flame guard up. Keeping his distance though, that with the Radiance Burn. And they are going to hex up the Faceless Void. Actually, the Spirit comes off the side. Another fight going out, but this Meatball's definitely going to die. He's dead for 90 seconds. Over here, Kunkka surviving. Out comes the Ravage. And now Ember Spirit in trouble. Ember Spirit will barely survive, but not for long. Maybe Sleight of Fist get out with a Remnant. Yes, he does actually stay alive in the long run. His part is for up. He will fall. Buyback gets ready. Not going to use right away, though. Again, though, Meepo, he's just having this rough time in this fight.
Alright, look right below the top racks. Click on the effigy. It seems scarily accurate.
Trying to say no. He's trying, man. He's trying. It's not that this was to be clear. The range rack's gonna fall first. Going for the melee now. They did get the buyback, of course, on S4. Faceless Boy doesn't care about anything else. He has the Aegis as well. Worst case scenario, S4 goes down for the dieback. And that could be the beginning of the end in favor of LGD. They're going to make their way to the mid lane and try to help clean up from mid creeps right here. And doing everything that he can. Stay alive. And keep his team still in. I mean, he does play damage. The Ice Blast comes out, though. You do see Faceless Boy getting low, but again, even if he does die, the Aegis will bring back up. Bannon, the Sleight of Fist. He's getting done at the fall. He flies back immediately, but he's the only one alive currently. Night Stalker will resurrect in a couple of seconds. Another Searing Chain use. And they finally take out the Faceless, but that just means full life and full mana. It's almost as if he wanted. This is going to be a dieback again if he goes down right here. Sleight of Fist bouncing around constantly. And he will actually stay alive in the long run again. But now it's no tell. He's back. Here comes the PKB, though, from Faceless Void. Bonus in 10 seconds. That's how long this fight lasted. No tell again is going to get bursted down. not a friendly Meepo game. That's proven to be the case. And GG's called. OG's 0-2 in the group stages. LGD, they'll go to 2-0.
Rough start to this tournament. It's just, that's man. That was a brutal start. Kind of just set the tone for the entire game. I didn't mind it. I really didn't, because I got the idea of the game plan. If Batrider gets a blink, you just pull somebody back, 5 Meepos poop on them and they die. You got a bunch of different catch between Ember and Night Stalker and Batrider.